Hello. In this video, I want to talk about how I still use the Pomodoro technique. There are some things that I will draw that are not always the most fun. You should always try to like what you're drawing, but sometimes if you really can't switch into the mindset for drawing, I still do recommend the Pomodoro technique, which revolves around 25 minutes of hard set drawing and trying to study and doing the thing that you're trying to do. Then you take a 5-minute break. Then for this whole thing, you repeat, I would say repeat 2 to 3 times. Then you take a longer break. I do find it extremely beneficial. Sometimes you will run into those things, and I think pacing yourself is important for you to absorb that information. I mean, considering there's just such a wide array of stuff to do, avoiding burnout is more important now than ever, I would say. I mean, I feel like more often than not, sometimes you can eventually get to a point in which you could just draw without really having to stop. I found myself doing that many times in which I could just keep going, and it's usually not until I have to either use the restroom or eat or drink something that I leave that state. Yeah, I found myself being able to stay in certain states for certain things longer. They call that the flow state, which is ultimately what you're trying to achieve. And I think the Pomodoro technique is really beneficial for entering the flow state, although it does take a lot of time. Because I mean, to even get to that point, you're going to be drawing a ton. Do try to enjoy it, and try not to burn yourself out. Personally, I may have burned myself out a couple of times, but I'm always able to recover the next day. Although I'm probably a bit of an odd case because I make a lot of videos, and I've realized that if I do too many in one day, I begin to burn myself out from drawing. Sometimes, actually, if I stop making videos and just draw, I'm able to do it right off the bat without really having to think about it so much. But there are some things I found that drawing inorganics is more inorganics. I cannot spell today. I think drawing inorganics is more difficult, in my opinion. I've always wondered why. I don't know. I think it has something to do with the straight lines and kind of the lines that they, not always, but sometimes end up being straight and machined, and they kind of feel a bit off to me, so it kind of doesn't feel like something natural, and I think that has to play a big part. And I feel like when it comes to organics, it's easier. I kind of see myself kind of connecting with nature. I don't mean to talk in that way, but I mean, I don't know, I could kind of connect, relax. I find it puts off a lot of pressure. The funny thing is, I do know that a little bit about car designers, not a lot, but a lot of them will focus on the certain curvature of cars, and it's all about that. And I have to say, probably even doing something like that could be a bit therapeutic. I think it is a cool benefit that you can enter that flow state when you're trying something that is inorganic and kind of more rigid. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video and say that this wasn't a tool that I just used once and never used again. It's something that I will see myself coming back to here and there. Sometimes if I want to go back into learning perspective or perspective tricks, kind of stuff like that, I do find that it could be very difficult. So setting time limits on myself for it to digest it is very beneficial. And do know that you don't have to rush through it, but you may have to hear things a certain number of times until you could really commit it to your memory. But yeah, those are the big things that I wanted to talk about. Thank you very much thank you very much for listening to me rant. And if you have any questions, please ask in the comments. If you like the video, please like it. And if you like my channel, please subscribe. Thank you very much. Bye.